welcome back to Studio 33 Art by Kay. Excuse the noise in the background, we've got a big storm going overhead right now and a bit of thunder and lightning and heavy rain, so probably not the best time to be recording, but I did want to do this video for you today. What I've got today is, I've done a few pours before using the sink strainer, and this is the guy I've used before. As you can see, it's got these long slits. But I've ordered online a different one, which has got like little holes instead. Unfortunately, it won't sit flat because it's not got a flat bottom there. So I've just put a bit of blue tack on just to help it to stand. And I've marked the center of my tile. I've got a 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter ceramic tile. Now, because I've got a ceramic tile and it's actually quite slippery, it's a gloss finish, I'm not going to put down a base coat because I will be pouring down quite a bit of paint. If it's on a canvas, sometimes you want to put a bit of a base coat when you're doing something like this to help the paints to flow. Otherwise, sometimes the first paints out will sort of stick to the canvas and the other paints will roll over the top, where I think I can get away with it without doing that today. So I'm going to be using the Araldo Di Paolo UV Neon paints, which are beautiful bright paints as you can imagine. And apparently they glow under UV light. It's got on here. I don't have a UV light though, but I will take their word on that. So I've mixed those paints up with my usual consistency with Australian Floetrol. And I'm also going to be putting a little bit of the Villaggio Pearl and Amsterdam White mixed with Australian Floetrol to give me a little bit of lacing in there. And I'm also going to be using a little bit of the Montmartre Satin Lamp Black mixed with Australian Floetrol, just to put a little bit of contrast in between the layers. So again, a little bit of an experiment. I haven't used this particular sink strainer before, so we'll see what we end up with. Hopefully something beautiful. It's going to be very bright. All those people from the 60s and 70s will be loving the bright colours. So, at least I hope we will be loving the bright colours. So without further ado, I'll get on with starting to pour. So I'm just doing this as what they call a clean pour, where you're putting the paints in one after the other, rather than having them in a mixed cup and pouring them in as a mixed mixture, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to start off with the blue. That was a bit of a flash of lightning there. So that was the neon blue. I will list all these colours as usual in the description box. And this is the Villaggio Pearl White. Now I won't put too much of that in there. And then I'll follow what will go after blue. I might put yellow. Might make a slight greenish colour, because yellow and blue make green. Put a bit more of that in there. Then I will layer a little bit of black, but not too much again. Hopefully you're going to be able to hear me over the rain that's going on out there. It's pouring. Now I'm going to put the neon green. Can't see it coming out yet. Then layering it with some more of the white, just a little bit, not too much. And then we've got the neon pink. Be interesting to see what the pattern is when it comes out. Whoops. And a bit of black. It is pouring down. Absolutely teeming. And that noise is the rain hitting the garage door here. Might even have to do a voiceover with this one, unfortunately. Well, the colours are just starting to come out. This one's the neon red. I can't see that that looks red to me, but that's what it's called. Now a little bit of the black. Whoa, it looks interesting. And back with the, what did we start with? We started with the blue, didn't we? Back with the blue. Put a bit more colour in between each time now. Now I don't know if I was up to black or white. No, put a little bit of black. Just a tiny bit. And yellow. Followed by white. And now I'm going to put a big blob of the pink because I'd like some more of the pink to come through. So if you do just small amounts of paint, obviously you'll get the colours sort of blending more. If you do large amounts of each colour, then you will get obviously more differentiation. This is looking really interesting. It's flowing that way. Just turn the turntable in case it's slightly off balance. And it could just be the way the paint's flowing out of the sky as well. I think it's the thing that's tilted, not the turntable. It's not quite level. So just try and bring it back this way a little bit, just to even it up. Okay. So I think I've got enough paint on there now. So I'll just move these out of the way. And then I'm going to lift this guy very, very slowly, if I can get it up because it's stuck down with blue tack. Oh, yes, it came off. And straight off. Oh, look at these cells. I think the black's kind of taken over a lot, even though I only put a small amount in it. It is quite lovely in the middle here. I'm loving these cells coming up. So now I'm going to actually hit that with the heat tool. Lots of lovely pink and white cells coming up here. That's the Villaggio working in there. Okay, the pattern isn't as distinct as when I use this one. It gives you more distinct lines. This is sort of more mottled, I would call it. Okay. I think I'd like, more colour around the edges. But I'm going to spin this out and just see what we get, because as that expands, those cells expand, that will give us an interesting pattern anyway. So here we go. Oh, look at these, how they've expanded like that. Wow. That's a bit different. And I'll go back the other way. That's looking a bit interesting, isn't it? Look at these, half and half. Wow. So I've got rid of all that original, the blue, and this is more where I had the pink and a bit of the green and yellow coming through. But I really love that. I think that's something so different. Do I do anything else with it? I'll just give it one more spin. Now, which way did I go? I think I need to come back this way. I haven't quite got over the edges there, and that will just expand these a little bit more. So I won't spin it too fast though. And just a little spin the other way. Which way did I go? I think I went anti-clockwise this time, clockwise. Okey-doke. Well, I think that's kind of spectacular. I love that. All my edges are covered now. And I'm not going to do another thing to that. Not another thing. I'm not going to hit it with the heat tool again. I might just do one little thing. I'm just going to do a tiny little balloon kiss just in the middle there because I don't like that little spot, just to give it a nicer centre. So I've just blown up a balloon, just very small, and I'm just going to do one little pop right in the middle there. That's where I had my blue tack, I believe, so it should be right in the dead centre there. And just down and up. And that's just created a really nice, perfect centre in the middle there. I always love the bits that you get off there like that. I mean, I could let that dry and peel it off, but I won't. Okay, so that was a lovely little experiment. Beautiful cells. I hope they hold like that. But that's just something very, very different. Okay, I'll bring you down for a close-up. So here we are coming down for the close-up of this pour that I did through a different sink strainer. And where I've used that Villaggio Pearl Medium mixed with the titanium white, I think that's what's giving me all these beautiful cells. They're just really different. This is a very different piece. And when I resin this, which I will because I want to make this into a trivet, I'll put lots of lovely pink glitter into the resin and it will sparkle because there's no metallics in this, but I can bring back the metallic look by putting the glitter, as I say, into the actual resin. And there's the centre there. That's really pretty and something very, very different. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that one today, everybody. As usual, thank you so much for joining me here, and stay safe, and I'll see you back at Studio 33 in the not too distant future. Bye-bye.